Hey guys, how you doing? First off, I got a few announcements. I've gotten a new guy, Prudy Ray, a friend of mine over in India. Check out the link in the description below for his channel, who edited my avatar, and he may sometimes do animations for my avatar. So that'll be neat to have that every now and again. Also, I want to thank Lady Machiavella. I'm sure her link will be in the description too, for reversing this stock footage of my character for the road, so that way it looks like I'm actually driving down the road towards you. Other than that, there will be a few changes that will be made to my channel due to what this new avatar design does for me, opens up for me. And besides that, let's get right into the video. Roll the intro.
They purposely making the innocent weak. My existence on this planet's for you. I ain't only here to benefit me.
Hey guys.
Hey Cynthia G, been a while, how you doing? I love what you have up on the screen there. Those images of Bush looking like the monkey always crack me up. Anyway, let's see what kind of racist bullshit you're going to come up with. And maybe in the meantime, I can teach you and my audience something about biology. Yay!
So I wanted to get into this story, and the reason why I have this up is because...
Well, I hope it's because you think it's funny or adorable or just kind of really silly to get to see these comparisons. But knowing you, that will not be the case. Aww.
I want to illustrate a point. And look, this is the thing, okay? This is why I'm showing this, because I like to show and tell.
Well, I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Black people actually are the only ones who have, and Africans are the only ones who have 100% human DNA. It is a fact that not only do Caucasoids share DNA, meaning they have the same type of DNA. It's literally monkey DNA. They have Neanderthal DNA.
Actually, that's what you're saying is kind of really deceptive and lying at the same time. You see, the reality of the matter is that all humans share about 98% of their DNA with chimpanzees and apes. Okay? And fun fact is, we also share like 95 or 96% of our DNA with rats. We share like 40 or 60%, I'll correct it up on the screen, with corn, for Christ's sakes, okay? And then the outright deceptive part, the first that was lying, the deceptive part of this is that we have Neanderthal DNA as white people. Well, Neanderthals lived mostly around Europe and that kind of an area where there was a colder environment and such, okay? So, of course, the people that are most likely going to have the genetic descendants and signs of Neanderthals would be white people. But there's actually very much discussion and debate going on to this day whether or not Neanderthal was a separate species from Homo sapien or a subspecies or something like that, like a different kind of race of human, as similar to like the difference between a white person or a black person or an Asian person and stuff like this. It's still a very much debated subject. I'll put some links in the description below about this. I suggest you look into it. It's very interesting.
Some of them are actually born with tails.
Well, the thing about the vestigial organ argument and it being a tail, a vestigial organ left behind from apes and monkeys, is that that's simply not true about the tailbone as far as it being a useless leftover piece of our anatomy. The tailbone itself actually connects muscles directly from the sphincter to that. It's kind of an anchor for your butthole, so that way it can be tight and you can actually take a poop instead of, just constantly have it flowing out of you every time it's produced. Now, what happens when a tail, with quotation marks there, is produced in a person is that it's actually an extension of the genetics that ended up creating the tailbone itself. It's literally creating extra tailbone bones. It's not creating a tail per se. It's just adding more of the same parts to a tailbone. It's the same kind of genetic deformity that you would see that would cause somebody to have extra fingers or toes and stuff like that. It's not a monkey's tail. It's just another genetic deformity that ended up being a repetition in the genetic material.
Literally their hair is the same type as dog and animal fur.
Again, here you are simply wrong. With all human beings, our hair comes in a single layer. Now that way that hair can come out can be different forms. It can be what you would call nappy, where it's extraordinarily curly, or it could be long and soft and sleek and shiny, or any other number of different variations in hair color and textures. But the thing that's unique about human hair in general is it's always a single layer and a single texture. Where human hair and animal fur separates, and monkeys and apes do have fur, not hair, is that fur comes usually in 3 layers. It very rarely comes in 2 or almost never 1 layer. You see, the first layer at the bottom is usually insulation. It's incredibly nappy and knotted and stuff like this, and it provides a lot of little air pockets in it that provide warmth and protection from the cold and the heat itself by acting like a regular little jacket. After that, you have the second layer, which tends to protect that first layer from getting wet or damaged or losing air that causes the insulating effect. After that, you have the third and final layer, which usually works as a protection for the first 2 from moisture and water and stuff like this. Shut up, you GPS. It's been a while since I said that. And all these culminate together to create a very well insulated animal. It's kind of like having a nice fleece jacket with a hoodie over it with a raincoat over it. Whereas hair itself is just like a hoodie or something like that, because it still absorbs a lot of water as opposed to the third and final layer of animal hair, which manages to not absorb too much. And this is the way it is with all human hair, and this is the way it is with all animal hair, generally speaking. There's no human on this world, though, that has fur, speaking as in 3 layers of hair.
They grow bugs in their scalp like monkeys, dogs, and other animals.
Okay, I really don't understand what you're trying to say with this one. Are you saying like we literally just grow bugs out of our hair out of nowhere like magic? Because if so, that's like some 10th century level logic about flies coming out of the air. And if what you're saying is that we simply manage to get fleas and lice and shit, well, so does everybody in the world. You know, I mean, crabs isn't a white thing only, you know that. But then again, I don't think you're here to make any actual points. You're really just here to feel your black supremacist ideas. Anyway, let's go on and see what else you have to say.
So this one I find the most fascinating, though, because it shows you the biggest comparison. Keep in mind, this just isn't the case for Black people. So we're just going to go through this.
So, yeah, you didn't think we'd catch that guy in the bottom left-hand corner here, did you? Well, I don't expect you to be completely honest about what you're looking at and what you're telling the people. But real quick, let's look at this guy in the bottom right. Jesus Christ, what happened to his face?
And we're kind of just going to see exactly what's going on. We're just really going to look on here, and then we see a lot of what's going on. Look. Okay, so we see the level of thin lips in comparison.
So, do I have these really thin lips? Anyway, hopefully with what I've showed her here, Cynthia G will learn not to judge a book by its cover. And hopefully we can all learn this one day, and we'll end up living in a more proper, peaceful society where we don't have black or white supremacists at all. I doubt that'll ever happen, but until then, I'm going to keep doing my part. Have a good night. God bless y'all.
Most of you chumps running around here ain't never had strict parents. Still you out in these streets thinking you hot as can be, without the knowledge to lead, so you just follow the sheep. You been brainwashed by a fake life that you used to living. Yo, society's got you living for a whack cause. You're a fucking adult with no skills at all. You don't read any books or play ball. You don't draw, you literally do nothing at all. Your lazy ass don't commit to labor. You pick something up, try it out, and put it down 2 minutes later. Then you complain about your life cause it ain't getting catered. Now whoever tries to call you on your bullshit's a hater. They purposely making the innocent weak. My existence on this planet's for you. I ain't only here to benefit me. Yo, we need to make a change while there's still time. It is hard, and sometimes I struggle trying to reveal mine. I can guide you if you feel blind. I just need you to be willing to journey into my ill mind.